What's up, pen pals? This is Tom with Goldspot Pens. Earlier this year we were treated to a wonderful new edition of Sailor Pro Gear Japanese Fairy Tale pens. These were very sparkly pens. They were kind of an extension of the Four Seasons fountain pens that were made a while back, but today I introduce Midnight Sky, which is the first of this Pillowbook series. So, what is a Pillowbook? It's actually an 11th century text written by a gentlewoman, Sei Shonagon. And it's a journal that explores life at court among nobles in the 11th century Japan. So this journal talks about love, poetry, fashion, other exquisite pleasures of the time through the perspective of a servant of the Empress. And what Sailor has done is that they focused on, particularly on her descriptions of the seasons. So it's very poetic in the way that she describes the various seasons, changing seasons in Japan. And here we have Midnight Sky, which is the topic of this video. We're taking a quick look at it. We're going to show you what exactly this pen is all about, how does it fit in the current line of Sailor pens, and just discuss all the particulars about it in this quick look. So Midnight Sky, as you can see here, has a beautiful dusky dark blue resin. It's a PMMA resin, which stands for polymethyl methacrylate, and it has rhodium trims on it. So it's all polished, heavily polished silver trims that are on here. It has a tapered cigar-shaped profile, as with other professional gear pens. It has flat finial ends, so you can see that it doesn't have a rounded end, has pretty flat finial end with the iconic Sailor Anchor logo at the very top of the cap finial. The clip is tension fixed and has kind of like a rounded sword-like shape, which is iconic of most Sailor pens. And under the hood here, we unscrew the barrel from the section, and as you can see, it's empty right now, but it actually uses a Sailor proprietary cartridge or converter filling system. Both are included with the pen, so as you would expect with any Sailor 1911 or Pro Gear pen, 2 cartridges and a converter are included, as with any of these models that you see here. And we have Sailor's proprietary gold nib. So this gold nib is rhodium finished to match all of the trims here, but it is a gold nib underneath. It is available in an array of different nib sizes, which we'll get to, and it also has a plastic feed. Both of these are made in Japan directly by Sailor and have a reputation of excellent performance and quality and just durability, just bar none, one of the best fountain pen nibs that we sell. In this particular edition, we have 3 different sizes. We have the Sailor Pro Gear Slim. The Slim has a 14 karat gold nib, and its size can best be characterized like a vintage style type of size that's similar to, let's say, a Parker Vacuumatic Major or other pens that are fairly adaptable for either men or women. You could see as it fits in my hand, it's a little bit more on the smaller side. So this size is pretty adaptable for both men and women, and the price also fits too. It's a very approachable price point for this particular collection. It's regularly $225 and it's on sale for $180. It is available in 7 different nib options. You have extra fine, medium, broad, zoom, and music. So it offers you a wide array of different nib sizes, including your normal writing nib sizes, which are the rounded nibs, or the exotic zoom, which changes the thickness of the line based on the angle that you write with on the paper, and the music, which also has a differently shaped nib that provides line variation when you write. And the same thing goes with the regular. So this is the Pro Gear regular size, which is also offered in the 7 different nib sizes. And as you can see with the Slim, the main difference with the Pro Gear regular is that it has a bit more girth. It has a little bit more length to it, but as you can see, it's not really that much. It's mostly in the girth of the pen, and also the difference in the nib as well. So the nib is slightly larger, and it's a 21 karat gold nib as opposed to the 14 in the Slim. So that is a big difference right there. It's something that when you own and write with a 14 and you try a 21, you'll notice a difference. But if you've never written with a Sailor nib before, you're going to write with a 21 and be like, oh, is it really worth that upcharge and difference? And you know, to be honest, being that I write with a 21 music nib all the time, that it does really have a little bit more of that smoothness, a little bit more responsiveness, and just feels a little bit more fluid on the paper than the 14s do. And also to note is that the sizing, especially for like people who want like a little bit more of a generously sized pen, this regular size fits a bit more for me than the slim would. Just personal preference, but just giving you my 2 cents on the fact. This originally is $390, and the regular size would sell for a sale price of $312. Then we have, last but not least, the King of Pen size, also with a 21 karat gold nib. However, not available in all 7 different nib sizes, only available in the medium or broad round nib size. Even though you would think that, okay, it's just the same 21 karat that the regular is, but it's just a much different beast altogether. As you can see, the nib size is far different than, let's say, going from the 14 to the 21. So you have a lot more gold content in this nib, a lot more size and surface area. So when you write with this nib, it actually has a different feel altogether than this 21 karat gold nib, as we covered in the Sailor King of Pen review that we did a while back when we did the fire. And it just has a little bit more of that little bounciness that is not present in the regular or the slim size. So it has that a little bit more give, a little bit more smoothness, and has the line width I find is more congruent to, let's say, a European style medium or broad nib, as opposed to the Japanese style, which tends to run a little bit thinner. But certainly the jump in size of this gold nib and the jump in size of this pen, it's definitely a pen that's made for larger hands and somebody who wants a little bit more heft in their pen as well, because you have the cap has got a double wide cap band that's here, so it's got additional metal there. And also when you unscrew the barrel from the section, you'll see that there's a whole metal assembly here towards the front end of the pen that gives it a lot more heft. I mean, even though this is all the same PMMA resin, the additional metal components give this pen a lot more of a significant feel, and of course a significantly higher price tag, regularly at $1,020, on sale for $816. So that rounds out the selection of the 3. It's the Goldilocks effect in place here, so it depends on what size and what budget fits for your particular collecting and writing needs. That's the reason why Sailor makes these in varying sizes and varying nib sizes, because it needs to fit the writer and needs to fit them perfectly, because you're spending a decent amount of money, of course, on a quality writing instrument that you plan to write with for ages. Granted, maybe not 1,000 years is how old the Pillowbook is, but hopefully at least for your remaining part of your lifetime. So if you'd like to see a nib comparison of the various 7 different nib sizes, we do have a Sailor nib comparison video on our YouTube channel, so you could check the link in the description below. We also have a bunch of different reviews. We did the King of Pen, we did the Sailor Lucky Charm Pro Gear, and we also reviewed the Fairy Tale pens as well, so you could see links to those in the description below. When you look at a Pro Gear and you see a new color coming out in either a translucent or transparent model, everything else about the pen is the same, they just use a different PMMA resin. When you look at these reviews, keep in mind that this pen will also fall in line with other Pro Gears that have come before it. And that's what you kind of come to expect with Sailor, is just a consistency in quality year after year, phenomenal pens that they have. These pens will be available in late August 2020 at Gold Spot Pens. You can sign up for an email notification on our website so that when we do receive them into stock, you'll be the first ones to know. Thank you for taking a quick look at the new Sailor Pro Gear Midnight Sky. If this video has been informative and entertaining to watch, please give us a thumbs up and leave a comment below to let us know what you think of these pens. Hit the subscribe button to follow Gold Spot Pens for more fine writing videos, unboxings, and interviews with people from the pen community. Thank you for tuning in, and stay inky, my friends. Take care.